Okay, let's do it again. Welcome to Dark Souls All the Weapons. Today, with the Bastard Sword. Hell yeah. And a little extra thing, which I will get to soon enough. I'm excited to show it. I was like, should I wait until the day of reckoning, so to speak? But nah, let's start now. Immediately. Speaking of starting now, my cables are still a bit weirdly wrapped up. There we go. Yeah, Dark Souls and the Bastard. So basically, this is also the same weapon class as the Abyss Sword. So on that front, it's relatively, not that. It is relatively the same moveset. Of course, you can buff it just in case if you want that, which I will. Let's set this up a little bit. Some gold pine resin, some charcoal resin. I don't know, some. Where is it? Some homework bones. I think that's good to set. Essentially, you have like a very classic, swings. Like so. You have kind of like the heavy side swing, and the heavy swings are not that good. But anyways, I thought, out of all the places where we could start off, why not start here for once? You see these guys are dead. I did unequip some stuff for the thumbnail. Let me equip that again. And let's go. That's something I should have done before dropping down here. I mean, you can see the damage is roughly the same as with the Abyss Sword. Of course, as always, I did preparations to just speed things up a little. Yeah, nothing too major. Just get the embers. And, level up the sword. That's about it. I think out of all the things you can skip, that's probably the best thing to skip. Because, after we've seen it. This is the 40th run so far. So we're close to a bit over 1/4 done. Just like this guy is 100% done. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna show you something. I would have loved to for the usual gang to be here first before revealing it, but what happens when I defeat a boss? This is only gonna apply to the mainstream. I have not been able to figure it out correctly for the vertical one to make it look good. But yo, Professional Husky, welcome on the mainstream. Ta-da! Ain't that something? And it's even better with this guy. Fantastic. I might need to adjust some values, but overall, I'm happy. This is fantastic. How's it going, by the way, Husky? And what makes you a professional at being one? Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. I did just kill the Stray Demon. And now I killed the Black Knight. Or now I did. I mean, essentially this is the beginning of the run, so this is the first boss of this run, since I usually end the runs always with the Asylum Demon. To test out the next weapon. So yeah, Stray Demon done. Next up, I think I'm gonna go Gargs immediately. No, I think Gargs, then Sif, Hydra, warp back, maybe do 4 Kings and then go to Honor Londo. I think that's a good path for today. It's like my second to third boss in my playthroughs. Yeah, mostly the same. Depends on what I'm feeling like. Today I felt like, you know, let's do it as the first guy. Since I still needed to, you know, get thumbnails and everything. So I was already there. I mean, I don't need to get those, but I could still sell them for 500 souls a pop, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Of course, as part of my preparations for the stream, of operating the sword, I did already unlock the elevator. That's why I immediately go to the Gargs. And they will go down quickly. They won't stand a chance. Trust me. Yeah, don't you dare drink. I have not given you permission yet. Shit. Oh, don't miss the stairs. I've fallen and I can't get up. Well, actually I did. Thankfully. Just barely. But if I was like 80 years old, my bones would be broken. And my mind would be shattered. Ring setup is good. Okay, ready for the Gargs. It shouldn't last long. See? Pretty easy, all things considered. Oh, I love when you can just stun enemies. It's so easy. It makes it so easy. Especially within 2 hits. I mean, maybe on-seal will be more like a 3-hitter or whatnot. And small, but all things considered, not bad. I don't remember which bonfire I sat on, so... What would be quicker, going down or warping back? I think warping. Yo, Amir. 4TO, 3TO, NARPA. I totally agree. %100%. Ah, I was here, okay. Good to know. I mean, in that case, nothing is gonna stop me. I'm going to Sif. Getting him out of the way early as well, I would say. But as you know, as always in the recent few runs, I will go Honor Londo pretty early, so I can get the Lord Vessel. Just so much easier when you don't have to go down to Quelaag twice. That's the only reason why I do it. Oops. Like, I don't necessarily mind it, but it's just such a long way. It's easy, like 5 minutes of just walking. But you know, if I want to beat last stream, that's not gonna fly. What the fuck? My cat just jumped against a tree with like the force of 1,000 suns. I have no idea why he does that sometimes. They did mention knock it over before, and that is always a bit of a scary proposition. Because you never know if one of them just stands on the tree and then gets knocked flat. Yo, Quibbicle. Zzz. How's it going? Dot dot. I'm more like a dot dot dash type of guy, you know. Okay, let's go. Doggo time. And I think the Hydras, you know, are good. It's always good to do it off the Doggo, because it's just so close. Easy to reach. Get Power Fin ready, get Charcoal Pine Resin ready. You know, it doesn't add that much damage, but still. Why not? All things considered, nice damage from both him and me. I like that rock skin. Me too. Even though it's questionable if rocks have skins. More like calcium layers. Sorry, Ziv. Had to be done. Okay, weird. Sometimes he does like two downward slashes back to back. I have no idea how that happens. Maybe if I'm like walking and then attack, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. I do be needing that ring for the Hydra. You know, so far, good progress. Also, let's not forget on the mainstream. I still have to adjust it ever so slightly. I need to double tap it every time. But so far it's working. Oh, Hydra, looking good down there. Yes, yes he does. Or it, or she, or they, them. What inspired me to make YouTube videos? Well, back in the old days when YouTube just came out, it wasn't really a platform people used to really make content. You know, people uploaded like TV shows or wrestling videos, whatever. And then all of a sudden, people start to make content. And I discovered Let's Plays. I was like, hey, I like video games. So that kind of started it. To, in short terminology. Let's make it a little bit quiet on my ears. Fuck. I didn't see much there, but it still worked somehow. But you know, you could go like on a whole history lesson of my content creation journey and this and that, but that would take 10 hours. Ah, fuck off. They really just miss all of his strikes. You know, that would be boring. Oh, when I was 10-year-old, I uploaded a video to YouTube, my very first one. I think it might have been a homemade bomb that we filmed. But that's about it. Those were the days, man. Oh, hell yeah. Bastard sword for the win. Oh. We were so innocent back then, just making bombs. Then blowing it up. Of course, these days I've seen videos before of. By now, I've seen people with homemade fireworks and even non-homemade fireworks, and how that turns out. Trust me, not very good. I do have some of the videos on my hard drive. I think 2. I cannot recommend showing them though. As such, I will not show them. Damn, boy, 500 against the golem. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. And I don't just mean a summoning sign. Minecraft content, okay. Just be careful not to end up like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. And, you know, chatting to children. Unless that's your goal, and in that case, stop it right now. Stop. I could try 4 kings, but with that many souls, I think I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna go to Honor London next. PvP. Is Minecraft PvP still a thing? I thought, you know, the hot thing that most people do these days is SMPs. Whatever that stands for. Or, you know, complain about Minecraft. Have you seen the state of Minecraft Bedrock? By golly, that ain't nice. Come up here, big guy. Not the shield bash. That's also very good. There we go. But of course, you know, if you want to actually get views, you have to do a lot of editing and shorts and consistency. All of that gubbins. Ah, come on. I missed by just a little bit, come on. There we go. I think I'm on the stairs. Shit. Ah, there we go. And challenges in SMP videos have been blowing up these days. Challenges? I've never seen a Minecraft challenge. I think usually the controversy of Minecraft videos is about creators themselves. With what they are getting up to. Oh! That was close. That was a dumb spot. I didn't think they would, you know, attack me immediately. So viciously at that. Of course he managed to get through. Surviving 100 days. I mean, I've survived hundreds of days in Minecraft before as well. Not so much in Dark Souls, apparently. Ooh. That was really lucky that I managed to land on the path. Surviving 100 days in Minecraft. For like real days in Minecraft. That's gonna be fun. After day 3 you're gonna be dehydrated. And trust me, that's no longer fun. Do I have a goal? Not really. I mean, getting somewhere a little bit. If I could live off of it, that would be cool, of course. But it's just about having fun in it. And goals, and tips. I mean, it depends a little bit. I think it's less about... I mean, especially for Minecraft content, not really. It's really just, you know, consistency is very important. Music is good, but preferably music in the background should be too quiet instead of too loud. If one of the extremes comes, quiet is better. Don't spend too much money on a microphone. You can get good microphones for very cheap. Don't fall for the SM7B trap and spend like $600 to $800 on a microphone. That is dumb. You can find very good sounding microphones, even just USB microphones, for dirt cheap on like eBay from people that try to be content creators and streamers and failed. So they tried to recoup some money. With some money, that usually means not much. Like one microphone I've seen, which I own, which is pretty decent for the price. It's around $40 new. Is the Razer Siren Mini. But I've seen it go for a single dollar. Like being sold for a single dollar online. So yeah. Of course shipping is also a thing, but if you can pick it up. Don't spend more than $20 on a mic if you're not even sure if you... For like your first, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 streams or so. First couple of months. Don't even, you know, waste too much money. Unless you're like really sure you enjoy it. Yo, D-Monk, welcome. How's it going? What are you on about? Already? Okay. Bastard Sword for the win. Goodbye, Iron Golem. It was not nice knowing you. Is this Dark Souls 3? No, this is Dark Souls 1. To be precise, Dark Souls Remastered. I'm making videos without microphones, so I guess I'm laying a bit behind. I mean, you can make videos without microphones, but it's significantly harder. I know that because if you do if you do videos without microphones, don't do text. I personally, if I click on a video and nobody's talking and the message is conveyed through text on screen, I click off immediately. It's my own kind, no. Iron Golems and Stone Golems are different races. I talked about this in a recent stream before. You know, it's kind of like back in the 1940s. You have the Aryans, aka Stone Golems. And then you have like other types of golems, and they're not that desirable. Let's just say it like that. Hell yeah, that was the Iron Golem. Very nice. As always, he's extremely easy, especially with weapons like this, where you can just get him to stagger immediately. Level up, okay, yeah, vitality. Oh, should I break the nice 1700? I do. $167. You know, call me when we are at 6767 subs. Until then, that joke won't fly. The next funny number is gonna be the 420, you know. I think 167 is a bit a fake version. My cat is having a bit of a conniption right now. I think he's hungry. Sorry for cutting your tail off. But in certain countries, circumcisions are necessary. Yeah, what is it? Don't chop up here. With all the cables, please. If you have to jump up on the other side. But even that I don't prefer since there's a cat standing here. So let me quickly move that away before he accidentally knocks it over. And have to spend the next 10 minutes to half an hour of the stream cleaning up. Don't. Don't do that. Thank you. We're here to go back in onto goals, quote unquote. The only sub goal that really matters is 1k. After that, it really doesn't matter. Like, sure, if you want to have a fancy trophy, quote unquote, then there are higher goals you should achieve, but I have enough trash hanging around. Oh, that was a bit close. Man, that was an exceedingly slow rafters. I don't know, man. The other guy's probably following me as well, of course. Let me take care of you before you are going to be too annoying. What was the first thing I cooked? Water. I guess. Or something. You know, that's not exactly an easy thing to remember. Oh, hey Yaku, what did you cook? Potentially 2 decades ago. Fuck if I know. Oh, what was that? I mean, actually, technically, if you want to go really precise, probably meat. As in, as a baby, I probably touched a hot stove or something and burnt myself. So you could say I cooked myself. To put it like in really stupid terms. I think if I do that, I should be correct. Nice. But you know, that's not the answer people usually are clamoring for. But I can guarantee you I didn't, you know, pop out of the womb and become Gordon Ramsay. Make a beef Wellington. And then scream at everybody, "Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw!" You know. Or maybe I did. I don't remember anything from when I was a baby. Hell, I barely remember what I ate last week. Much less yesterday. What did I eat yesterday? Ah, right. I ate a so-called Flammkuchen. Flame cake. It's not really a cake, it's more like a crispy little thing. Let me quickly... go and feed my cats, I'll be right back. I'll even leave the microphone on. Because this bastard is annoying me. He's trying to get me to feed it, even though it's not actually time yet to eat. Boomy! There we go. I couldn't get the packets open. Like a really stiff. The lions have been fed. So hopefully they won't attack me again. Like yesterday I was playing with the boy. And it was something he didn't like. Which, you know, I provoked him a little bit. To be fully honest, but he didn't like what I did. So he tried to bite me, and he tried to bite me in my elbow, which didn't work at all. I said it's just pretty much hard bone. So that was actually kind of cute, if you know what I mean. Okay, time for Ornstein and Smoo. Ornstein and Smoo. Let's go with a, with a safety quit out, so I can properly buff myself. Actually, I don't want to buff myself with fire. I always forget to remember, like, which one is fire, which one is electricity. Like, first of all. Let's see. You know, I thought I could get a stun in if I managed to get him, get to hit him one more time. One more time. Oh. Man, I'm kind of sad. Like, they re-released Interstellar 555 on Blu-ray, and I totally didn't notice it. So I missed my chance. Of course, Scalp has already got their hands on it. Just a sad state of affairs. There's also, I saw that's even more so than the Blu-ray. There's a UMD movie version of Interstellar 555. Like, what are you talking about, dude? That would be so cool to own, but it's like 200 to 400 bucks, something like ridiculous like that. Wow. That was surprisingly easy. Oh, of course I missed. How else would it be? How else would it be? But yeah, oh man. That's a goal. Let's say it like that. I want to earn enough money off YouTube so I can buy a handful of things that I really want. One being Interstellar 555. One being Rule of Rose. I recently saw somebody sell like a copy sold for $250. I was like, oh no. I would have. I was almost ready to pull the trigger myself. And of course, Kuon. That's also a game I want, because it's a From Software game. That was like $400. Hey, the bee is back. Welcome. Sadly, there are no bee enemies in this game, so I can spare you. But you know, there's something sweeter than honey here anyways. And it's those feet that are hidden behind the veil. Truth or dare? Pick dare. In that case, truth. As I demand nothing but the truth. Why did I pick truth? Because the truth is always important. It's not nice to lie. Oh, I love how he always rolls off if you get him right. He's such a pushover. Pick there. I don't like to be forced to change my vote. That is voter fraud. That can get you imprisoned. And that ain't nice. Oh, speaking even more of goals, I learned you can live stream on fucking LinkedIn. The requirement is you have like 100 followers on LinkedIn though. So yeah, not sure that will happen. But could you imagine the first VTuber to stream on LinkedIn? That would be funny. Have I ever killed a bee? Have I ever killed a bee? Let me think. I don't think I have. I'm too much of a pussy for that. But let me actually show you something. You're on the vertical stream. This might be a bit loud. Once I find it.
You wanted him, bitch? Is that who you really wanted? You sure about that?
I'm not as much of a man as this guy.
There he is, bitch.
But what a chat. This is one of my favorite videos of all time. And those were hornets. Hornets kill bees, by the way, so I don't know why you would be mad at that. Those are your actual enemies. And you know, as I say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And as such, since they are also my enemies, you are my friend. My dearly beloved friend. That's a weird bastardization creature that would come out of that. If even something would come out of that, mind you. Ah, my cat is at it again. He's a bit rowdy today, I guess. No idea what his problem is. Yo, big guy. You mind fighting me in Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat! I don't remember the song too much. It's a good song though. Highly recommend it. Best song 2026. Song of the year every year, I would say. Almost. Because there are better songs. I would highly suggest dying. I wouldn't. And dying is so overrated. Especially if you do it by sewer sliding. Ah, come on. Be a little bit original. You might be able to hear my cat in the background. He's a bit... I don't know what his problem is today. In-game? You mean in Minecraft? For real, for real? No cap. 6-7. You know, people always say 6-7, but when will they say 6-9? Or 6-8-9? What a tragic story. In 4 numbers. 3 numbers. Adrian. Enrique. Pablo. François. Calm down. Watch your profanity. Six, 7 in big 2026. You bet the 6-7 in the big 2026. In the year of our Lord 2016 plus 10. That's how we roll. We be rolling like that. I love you, Doo-Doo. Doo-Doo Brown. Oh, that's a good song, by the way. If you have never listened to the song Doo-Doo Brown, I can highly recommend it. Are you gonna do a Minecraft live? No. I got banned from Minecraft for being too cool. Too cool for school. I called the CEO of Microslop, Sloppy on Nutella, and he said, "Please don't call me Sloppy on Nutella at our company Microslop. We don't like that. And our investors don't like that either. We're not a slop company, we're actually a legitimate software business. And data selling business, but that's... we don't want people to know that." How Timmy Tough Knuckles looked at me after saying that. Who's Timmy Tough Knuckles? Is that Timmy Tough Knuckles? Nah, looks more like Boba Fett, if you get my drift. Because they are fat. Big wobbly doobly doos. Pudding. They look like these Chinese babies. They're like massively overweight. For some reason. They look like a little bit like Shih Tzus. Speaking of, I recently visited a zoo and they only had one animal. It was a Shih Tzu. I know you can clap now. Clap and validate me. Where was that? There was like some conference being like a game or something where they like, well, one of the guy on stage was like, yeah, you can clap now. But everybody hated it so much so they didn't do anything. So it was like, it was really awkward. And just a guy saying, oh yeah, you can clap. So funny. I have to look that up after stream. Maybe actually while ringing the bell I will quickly see if I can find it on YouTube. Oh, I don't like that. Accidentally scrolled onto another live stream. Yeah, right. I accidentally, on purpose, scrolled to another live stream, you mean? Oh no, that's when it now worked. Holy shit, that was quick. What the fuck is that shit-looking spire? That's a fair maiden. Yo, Sambiel, welcome. Yeah, Quaylog is the best girl. Except... Alert. Except... How's it going, by the way? Oh, it was Joe Bush. There's just the one that's a little bit better. She's my queen. And she's protected by this guy. Good old Quaylana. She does the one thing most men want from a woman. Shutting up. Anyways. Let's get Quaylog off the screen. I'm pretty good. It's a, you know, a nice little Saturday. I didn't sleep too long though. After yesterday I was still playing AI Limit till like dead into the night. It's a pretty good game. I really like the DLC. But I don't think it's good to stream. But hell yeah, all things considered, so far, extremely fast run. Also, while I'm at it, yo, Framed, you want some humanity? Oh, the humanity. Because, you know, I do have quite a bit. I'll give him, like, I don't care, 40. You skipped Asylum. No, I already did Asylum. I always, because Asylum Demon is still on screen. I usually do him last to test out the new weapon when I do these runs. So that's why I keep him. Speaking of, what boss should I do next? The world is my oyster. Oh yeah, right. Let's just get the shit out of the way, I guess. The good old boss gauntlet. Like, I do know how Asylum Skip works, by the way. But pulling it off is another matter. I've tried for like an hour and I managed to pull it off like once. Like, some of the more advanced glitches are wild. How precise they are. Which is why I'm very fortunate that the remaster does at least meme rolling a bit better than a good old Prepare to Die edition. You know, I wasn't a big fan when it originally came out. It's like, oh, it doesn't even look that much better. And I bought the original for $5, and now this one costs 48. Are you joking? But nowadays, I'm actually quite happy with it. I think it was a good addition. Of course, maybe we'll see once they release Dark Souls Remastered by Bluepoint Studio. Except that will not happen. Because Sony bought the studio for millions and millions and then shut it down without ever making a game. Ah, good old Sony. Gotta love them. They also increased the price of the PS5 Pro. Just read it today. To fucking, was it I think $900. And at this point, if you're willing to spend $900 on a, you know, on a gaming console, you might as well just go for a PC. Like, with some craftiness, you can get a pretty good, you know, PC with used parts for that price. Oh. Why has this happened again? Run! Don't die. Okay. Okay. That was a bit too close. Don't do this next time, big guy. I can never trigger it. It is a bit weird to pull off if you don't know how it works. But once you know how it works, it's relatively simple. It's really all about just gunning it. Like, the best thing is go grab the costume or like the armor, and then run until you're almost in front of him. Then slow down a little and then start running again after his attack. And if you do that, it's pretty much 100%. Except, of course, the way I did it right now is a bit not correct. Well, that's just how it is. So let's see. I just need to hit the slope correctly. Perfect. I don't even know if you need to hit the slope with fall damage. I just do it out of, you know, safety. The thing is, you can like roll on slopes, that's why. What the f... I need to go and check on my cat soon. I think she's playing with something she shouldn't, as always. Oh, my favorite enemy. Nice. Oh man, all things considered, this is the run, man. You know, I was a bit concerned maybe this is not gonna be as quick as the last run. But I think I'm on pace to beat it. I mean, not even an hour and we're already on the way to Bed of Chaos. Okay. Sure. Why not? Why not? Yo, Centipede Demon. Straight up imported from Night Rain. So good that they support their old games as well. And, you know, add some new bosses once in a while. Even if they just copied them from the newer games. See, that's how you do it. I'm just kinda shimming past him. And there's an invisible wall here, so they can't even get in here. What are you gonna do now? Nothing. That's correct. And of course, technically, this guy is not immune to fire. For God knows what reason. Just as Gwyn is not immune to lightning. Which is good, because some of the upcoming runs, once I have to do catalysts, talismans I mean, the only real damage source I have there is lightning. Of course I could do the Kareem spell, whatever it was called again. God's Judgment. And you're good luck with that. Ah, fuck off. There we go. Yeah, next time don't dodge me, and I will give you a painful and slow death instead. You know, I know he's into that shit. He's like a... what's it? Like a Cenobite? I think that was the term. Like, he straight up looks like one of these. He's like the fatso. And not the fatso that's kind of looks like the guy from the God Hand as well. But just a fatso. Okay, nice. Should I... yeah, let me turn off Power Wind real quick. I don't trust it to run for much longer. I also forgot to equip the flip ring again. That's why I died to the Taurus demon down there. 100%, that's the reason. And not because I just missed. I rolled into the wrong direction. There it was. If I remember correctly, there's also a glitch, by the way, where you can equip multiple rings. More than one. More than two, I mean. That's one I want to try out at some point, but it's extremely specific from what I remember. So certainly not during a stream. Hell yeah, though. That's these two gone. Now let's see about that Battle of Chaos. It's either gonna be a one try or it's gonna be one of these where I just die like 10 times in a row. Classic. The good old classic. There's also something I want to try with this controller, but I don't remember how it works. Was it this? No. Ah, I don't care. You can somehow remap buttons on this controller, so I'd love to remap B to one of the extra buttons. So I don't have to claw grip all the fucking time. Like I used to play with like an NES style, SNES style controller that has sticks. And man, the claw grip you would get on that thing is fantastic. Because you could just kind of like squeeze it in between your fingers. It's a great controller, the SN30 Pro. Highly recommend it. Of course, your fingers are gonna hurt like hell, but it's worth it. I like these bound feet in China. If you want tiny feet and you want to have fucked up looking feet, especially, then let's go. Sometimes you have to suffer for it, though. Okay, let's go. I mean, the sister in front is gonna be easy. That's gonna be no problem. I should equip the flip ring. Because I think it will help with the hand smash if that happens. Because it usually happens. On the second arm. I sadly don't have a toggle for like all 3 states of the Bed of Chaos. That would be cool. But it was already quite expensive to get these icons. Custom made, by the way. Only cost me a kidney. And now I have none. Since the first one I sold for the RAM I purchased a couple of months ago, weeks. I mean, it was actually worth it now that I see how the prices increased even more. It's like, yeah, I locked out. Just barely, at least. Reminds me of the guy yesterday. Coming in, you're a poor gamer. Because my PC is like, not the newest of the new. But guess what? I bought the GP during COVID and the RAM during AI. This is the most expensive shitty PC you can have. Probably. Unless it's like a retro PC. Man, some of them go for a lot of money. I saw one. I spoke with a guy who was like, yeah, I want to sell it, but, you know, I want to have, you know, a fair price for it. And I was like, was it a ZX Spectrum? I think something like that. Or Commodore. Not the 64. Another one. He's like, oh yeah, fair price. Yeah, what is this? Like 50, 100, 200? Ah, you know, like 2.5 grand. Yeah, right. You know, I like collecting my gaming systems, but not like that. See? It happened. Of course it happened. Why wouldn't it happen? Okay, nice. Now I only need to do the worst part of it. And that's actually a good sign. Could this be the God run? Or near God run, at least. Ah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. 2 hand swipes? No. No, 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 no. I don't deal with that kind of shit. Give me a swipe and a slam. I'll take that any day. 2 swipes? Too risky, too risky. I might as well hit on 20 in blackjack. Which is, you know, actually a good strategy. Because you have a 50-50 chance of winning. Or lose, like 50-50 win or lose. Holy shit. Let's go for Thief then. My god, that is a run. Not just a run, but this could be the run. Not a funny. Before the stream, by the way, I typed in the name of the weapon, of course, as always, into the stream title. YouTube, no problem. Kick, no problem. Rumble, no problem. Twitch, you cannot use this title. It has a word that does not match our content policy or whatever. I was like, I see. Can't use historical names, apparently. So I tried, you know, with the good old stars instead of the letter. That didn't work either. You know, CEO of Twitch, gooning on main, no problem. People using historic names that can have some different meaning. Yeah, no can do. Might be a bit risky with going with 900k. Oh, fucking... Oh. Right, I forgot that they have like a... Oh, shield bashing my ass. Like, I forgot that all of the stuff here has too much life to roll through it. I hate the bow so much. Oh! I don't know if I will die now or not. I didn't. Just barely. You know, no problem. Just being in a bit of a pickle there. No problem whatsoever. I don't know, man. Just this section is... I think to this day I just cannot pull it off. Okay, Golem and Golem Violence, as always. Because I do not like me. Are you choking? If I remember correctly, the pickup message does prevent some actions. But not rolling. I think that was in Elden Ring, where you could get a pickup message and one of the actions would no longer work. That was bullshit. But that one was also bullshit anyways. I got the pendant, now I can just run through. Yeah, not a big fan of how that turned out. Might have been too early calling it the God Run. Oh, speaking of runs, I did look up the speed run for all bosses. It's an hour. Of course not in New Game Plus, 69. But still, now, it's wild. I wonder about the routing they use for that. Like, I didn't sit down and watch the entire run, I just, like, checked what the time is. I think quitting out is faster. But still, it's actually kind of insane. Okay, let's go. Of course, as always, I will skip the prison, as I do not like that section. I mean, I like it for like a first, second, and third. Maybe a fourth playthrough, but not for like a 200th playthrough. What are you talking about? Pick up the stuff, please. Don't just ignore me. Okay, all things good so far. Nice, nice, nice. I see, like, once you get past the initial section, it's just... Fuck. I messed up the menuing. Which hasn't happened before, or like in a long time, actually. So let's give it another try. There we go. I think that was correct. Might have been a bit late. No, was good. Yo, big guy. You mind dying? Apparently not. Who the fuck just died? Oh, fuck's sake. Something is off today. Just ever so slightly. And it ain't me, I'm always, you know, locked in. I never commit any mistakes. Don't rewind like 2 seconds backwards. Trust me. I should be able to level up again once I killed Seth. And that should be relatively easy as well. Oh, man. No, I think this is... It's a sign. It is a sign. Like, the run where I introduced the icons is the run that is also gonna be potentially a god run. Yeah, I think the heavens have blessed me with at least a little bit of fortune today. Next thing I know, somebody's gonna ring on my door. It's gonna tell me, hey Yaku, you won the lottery that you didn't play. You're a bajillionaire. Congratulations. It's like, oh, thank you. How kind of you. I was like, there's like this small like corner store here. And the guy working there is like the biggest asshole. Like he's just jaded, I guess. It was so funny. I was like, I had to bring a package there because they have like a contract of like some sort of delivery service. I don't know why? What not? But before me there was like 2 ladies. Like 2 old ladies. First one wanted post stamps. Then he was like, yeah, we don't do post stamps anymore. And she was like, why not? I always was able to get post stamps. Here's the clam here. Yeah, of course it is. And I was like, well, we stopped doing that. You have to go to the post for that. And come on, it's like, it's not that far. You can just walk there. It's like, okay. Then the next one wanted a lottery ticket, which is why I tell this. It's like, yeah, you know, save yourself the money. You're probably not going to win. Especially, I mean, especially in your age. You don't even have that much time. That's not what he said. He implied it. He was like, you know. He said something like, you could try for years and you wouldn't win. Especially, you know, if you don't have too many years left. Then I came and then I had to bring the package. He was like, man, I hate this company so much. We have to do all the work for them. And they just sit back and are assholes about it. I was like, okay. It's like, don't you get paid? It's like, well, we do get paid, but just a fraction of the work we actually do. What do you mean a fraction of the work? You take the package, you scan it, then somebody comes and, you know, takes it. Funny guy. But yeah, very very jaded on the world. That one cousin that nobody likes. So from what kind of cousin are we talking about? Let me quickly check. You know what? Let's go to Moonlight. Boiling hot take. Trans people are deeply buried in their own lies. That they can become another gender. I mean, I have some hot takes there as well. And I think that statement is wrong. Notably the last 3 words. But you know, let me not go off on a tirade. Today is a good run, so I'm in a good mood to not shit on people too much. Wake up, buddy boy. Where the fuck was it even posted? Is the comment gone again? I will give you some of this stuff. That should be enough. I don't know how much I actually need. 110. Like 1.1 mil. So 20. Do you have something for 20? Two Quailox. And I'm just short. So I'll give you another Quailox. But yeah, boiling hot take. Ah, that's right, like Reddit lingo. Ringo. It also depends, you know. Like, liquid nitrogen boils at like minus 200 degrees Celsius. Or something like that. Anyways. Moonlight Butterfly. Can I do a one hit? A one cycle? Maybe? Who knows? I hope at least. Because that will be fire. There's like something going on outside today. I don't know why. I think they have some sort of anniversary for the local market or something. Like I saw they were handing out balloons. And I don't know if Honeyful Bee is still here. They had like right outside my window there's a stand that sells honey. And they have like the, you know this game where you have like two chains that you like pull to kind of balance a ball across the board with like holes in it. If you win that, if you like get it to the top, you get a free jar of honey. So I thought about doing it, but I was like also like, yeah, I don't want to waste my time and stand there like an idiot. You know, my favorite thing to do. But my neighbor did point out that they actually sell stuff quite cheap, like vegetables and whatnot, so I should actually go and check. Oh, that was dumb. Ring-wise, looks good. Okay, just missile. Magic missile, magic missile. Fireball, magic missile. I have to find that video somewhere. One cycle, yes. Potentially. Well, not like that. Why did I activate the buff in the middle of the fight? I don't know. That was massively stupid of me. Yeah, that's not the correct one. Yeah, like Moonlight Butterfly is not a hard boss necessarily, but with some weapons, pain in the ass. Like a Ghost Blade and Straight Sword Hilt. Stuff like that, you know. If you ever play Dark Souls, I highly recommend playing it with the Ghost Blade. Best weapon in the game. Fucking Marcy Bella would be here. He could vouch for that. You know, not just because it's a weapon that drops from exactly 2 enemies in the entire game. With a 1% chance. Well, that's actually part of it. Yo, Adam, back to Dark Souls. Yes. Every Saturday. From the ghosts in New Londo. Specifically from the ghosts that carried babies. So the one in the ghost house and the one like around the corner. The only 2 enemies in the entire area that have that blade. I think it's like the worst weapon to get. Because even the Channel's Trident, you have like 3 enemies or so that drop it. And all of them are accessible throughout the archives. missile again all the time. Perfect. What's it doing? I once had like the weirdest bug with him, where he would just fly backwards into the ground and disappeared. But he never like died or whatnot. It's a very strange bug. I've seen it like once or twice. It's extremely rare and I have no idea what triggers it. Oh, come on. That was perfectly, I'm about to land. Okay, one cycle is in the books. Easily. There you go. Perfect. That was a lot of damage as well. Holy shit. I'm gonna get the Ember just in case. You know, just in case I have to fight Nido in the worst way possible. Oh, thank you for the bone as well. If I could, you know, stop on it correctly. Let's see, who am I gonna do next? I think I'm gonna go and do... speaking of Nido, let's go to Nido. So a new game cycle every Saturday, exactly. So at the end of every stream, I roll the weapon for the next run. Until I have like all the weapons done. Which is why this is called Dark Souls All the Weapons. Or ATW for short. And the current one is the Bastard Sword. Which is surprisingly good. Like, actually a lot of the weapons in this game are surprisingly good. There are only, like, really a handful that are shite. Like the crossbow. But even the crossbows are not that bad in just a regular New Game cycle. But on New Game plus 6, they are horrendous. Especially against 4 Kings that has 20k health. Don't do that, please. Otherwise I have to kill you. And we don't want that, now do we? Sure. That works. I thought he would be closer. Oh man, GG Yaku. Gamer God Yaku, that is. I need to get rid of fall damage anyways, so I can use Power Within. My god, though, 1.5 hours and like half the game already done. You know, it's only gonna get faster from here on out. Well, okay. I think that was one of my fastest Nido fights in a while. Oh, I love the Bastard Sword. I know Twitch hates the Bastard Sword. They absolutely loathe it. Its existence is pure agony to them, apparently. But god. What a weapon. I think the only weapon of this category that's even better and even fun, that's gonna be, you know, even just edging it out ever so slightly, is gonna be the Claymore. And not just because Claymore is also just a good series that I can highly recommend people to read, but also because it's a good weapon, of course. Now, of course, my concern is also always Nido, because he tends to be a bit of a dickhead. He's like a tsundere. Always has his cronies around him to deliver the love to you. You know, the classic tropes of the bully girl that has like her cronies and she bullies the guy she likes, etc, etc. Deep down, he's just shy. A shy little bony boy. But it's going too smooth. I'm worried. The entire run has been going so incredibly smooth, with only very minor hiccups. Let's see. Order of things. I don't think I can block... I don't know if this will block the sword. I didn't want to try, necessarily. Oh. I didn't hit a single one of his guys. Okay. I'll take it, I take it. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit risky. Because of that. Of course, his long grab as always. Okay, nice. That's how we do things. Yo, Ionots, big boss. How's it going? Not bad. Not good either. Not bad. Holy. Wait a second. I did Thief, I did Nido, I did 4 Kings. I could go to win immediately. Of course I won't, but... Damn. I'm gonna say yes. Simply because I don't know. I never watched Adventure Time. But yes, I am. The only thing I know about Adventure Time is like that there's a yellow dog that's called Jake. And a guy with like a white hat. But that's about the extent of my knowledge. Here in my garage. With books. Last good Cartoon Network. Isn't Smiling Friends on Cartoon Network? Or was that Comedy Central? Because that I would call good as well. I mean, speaking of cartoons, the best cartoon, quote-unquote cartoon because it's CGI, Adult Swim. Okay, I see. Like, I don't watch TV, I don't even know what channel is what on. I just watch stuff on the internet. One good TV show that I also would love to buy the DVDs from, but hard to get and very expensive, is fucking Xavier, Renegade Angel. If you've never watched that, highly recommend it. 2 seasons, 12 minutes an episode. So basically, 1 anime in length. You know, everything else, or most stuff, is doo-doo against that. Absolute dog shit. Only watched at Pawn Shop Star, Hell Kitchen, and movie channels like TV 1000 and WBTV. I don't even know what TV 1000 WBTV are. But isn't it called just Pawn Star? As in. But even that, you can like watch most of that stuff on YouTube. Oh, there's like this one channel that does extremely good edits. One of them is Breaking Kitchen, which basically almost like a season of Hell's Kitchen, but with Breaking Bad characters. It's pretty funny. Highly recommended as well. Okay, Prisky. I don't want to do that, but I have to.
I expected as much from thee. Why dost thee hurry toward thine death?
Okay, she's there. Oh, damn. Sorry about that, babe. Oh, her tail just despawns as well. I thought I could kick it around. You know, the last time I watched TV, I'm when it comes to watching TV, I'm like that guy that comes into the room, stands there with his hands on his hips, and just watches TV for like 10 seconds while standing. Yeah, 10 minutes. And then goes, huh, that's interesting, and then walks away again. Like, I don't have a TV subscription and nothing. I don't even have streaming services for them for the most part. Like, the only time I had a streaming service was Amazon Prime to watch The Mentalist. And after like 2 or 3 seasons, they blocked me because I was on a VPN and the show was like only available in the UK or something like that. And then I was like, you know, if that's the way you want it, then fuck you. I have different ways of getting access to the show. You don't want me to pay for it? Sure. Then let me not pay for it. Fine by me.
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn.
Silence, boy. You have no authority over me. Bad starting pattern. Oh, come on. A Warner Bros. TV, I see. Didn't they want to buy Netflix? And then it like fell through at the end. To some degree, because people were like, yeah, let's go monopolies. Just have like the two biggest things like collide. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, fuck off. Really? Off by 1 attack. There we go. Yeah, the bosses are thinning out. Marcebella, have you not read the title? Twitch doesn't like that word. Not one bit. But yeah, it's a fantastic weapon. It's insanely strong. Welcome, by the way. How's it going? And how do you like the new addition to the Dark Souls setup? You know what? Let's do the DLC. Crazy. Sure, you can have it. I don't need it anymore. It has served me for my use. Yeah. Don't worry there, mate. I won't kill myself. At least not today. Yeah, that. And yeah, you got it on the nail. It is Monster Hunter inspired. I spent like the entire Friday over lunch break. A little bit more than lunch break, I should say. Don't tell my boss. Configuring that they work. They don't work fully yet. I have to double tap them for some reason, but it still works. So people don't like the boss swap because it's not 2. I mean, they are different weapon classes. More comparable would be the Claymore, I would say. But I think that's like the thing. The Bastard Sword is just not the weapon that comes to mind when thinking about a great sword. Like if I would go one weapon per class, I would probably go for the Claymore. Oh, not I meant Twitch. Twitch doesn't like the word bastard. So they tell me, hey, you cannot use that word. Like initially I thought it might hate the tart part about bastard. So I just removed that. Didn't work. Or like try to censor that, didn't work. Then I thought, you know, maybe it's the bass part. Because they hate fishing. You know, Bass Pro Shop fishing, to be precise. So I just replaced bass with re. Didn't work either. I don't know why. Because I was reeing quite hard from them not accepting it. Oh, it's the modern day book burning, people. Wake up. They did that in Greek all the way back then. They did it in Germany. Damn, boy. Now, if that wasn't a fast Guardian kill, I don't know what was. Bastard sword? Yeah, more like bastardization sword. As everybody that I hit with that thing becomes a bastard himself. The B word. You have to talk about Honeyful Bee about that. I'm sure they hate the B word as well. And I mean Bumblebee. They hate dumb, so I'm not even that surprised. All the different bee. Orphan sword. I initially wanted to call it inbred sword, but I think that would have also been censored or not allowed. Or out of wedlock sword, but at that point you were coming a bit, you know. Oh, look at Yaku pulling up the Saurus. Good on you. Oh, thank you. I'm very well read, I know. Don't do that, Yaku. Was there something else I want to say right now? Oh yeah, all the platforms fucking suck anyways. I remember Kick blocking Dapix like a few months back when he said redneck. We were talking about something and then he said, oh yeah, it's like the rednecks or something, and then this chat has been auto-moderated, blocked. You know, at least he didn't get banned, but that's always a thing that I'm like worried about. These platforms adding one random word to their filters and then banning people for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Because fuck you, that's why. I wondered if I can do a 2-hit stun on him as well. Apparently not. Huh? 4 hits? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I wonder if the flame changes how fast you stun somebody. Oh. I thought he was gonna buff there with how he just rolled back the entire time. Like that, you know. See? Okay, the flame does change the property of the stunning. Interesting. I didn't know that. Well, well, well. Another extremely fast kill on Notorious. Good old Archery. About dumb. A streamer's emote was not accepted because it had the word dumb on it. A rule is the swears cannot be emotes, which is a reasonable, but dumb though? Yeah, I remember when they banned the word simp on Twitch. Right? That was a thing. Mind you. Like, I remember when all the e-girls were, like, complaining about people spamming simp in their chat. And then Twitch, with, you know, where the CEO himself is a top gooner. The biggest gooner of them all. Was like, yeah, we can't allow that. Come on. The world is a wild place. The thing is, it was not only dumb, but as always, it seems like these people never have heard of the Barbara Streisand effect. Or the Streisand effect, not just you cut out the Barbara usually. Good old Barb, you know. Same with Microsoft. I have an extension on my browser, by the way, that replaces every instance of Microsoft with Microslop. And every instance of whatever the CEO is called with sloppy or Nutella. To really ring it home. I don't think there's been a single instance where somebody was trying to ban a word or some sort of perception and it actually worked out. Right? Not a single time. Oh, speaking of the Streisand effect, did any of you follow the Afro Man? Was he called Afro Man? Yeah, Afro Man case. Yeah, pretty much. No, I worked in web development. The sheer amount of filters that you can, like, download online to prevent swear words and whatnot, and what still will get through is insane. Like one of the companies I worked for, they had a commenting system, and they had this huge filter list, like this huge filter list. Trying to ban every, bad word imaginable. At least once a week there was like a new one. A new way to get around it. My favorite one was the non-empty the 0 character width space. I think it was called. Which is just what it sounds like. It's a space that is 0 characters wide. So it doesn't even show up. It's fucking fantastic. And then you block like all Unicode characters, and then suddenly they add like a new standard, or like emojis with characters and etc, etc. Of course, they add new emojis like the hairy man, which is not going to be misused for anything. A hairy creature, I mean. It's not going to be misused for anything but what they actually mean it to use it for. I want to bring up on phone. Your stream's still 1080p locked. But couldn't. See. I think that is Twitch. They will lock it to the stream resolution. Unless you're affiliated, you just can only stream at select the original resolution. Which I wonder why that is. Because I would think, the processing power to scale down a video would be less than the bandwidth cost of streaming it out to more people. I guess maybe not at these like smaller rates. Didn't I just be the boss? No. Right. I didn't. Before fighting Calamite, let me quickly get the level up. Yeah, but are they affiliates already? Because it doesn't take that much to be affiliate, technically. I think you need 60 followers, 3 average chatters, and like 30 hours streamed per month, something like that. And once you have that, then you can easily go. 200k, 400k, yeah, sure, let's do that. You never do stuff like that often enough. Level 333, let's fucking go. Township. Well, I don't know. I'm not, I'm not Twitch staff. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it changed, but back in the day at least, like a couple of years back, they still did this at the very least. During less busy times, they used to unlock it for everybody. But when like most people were on, like a lot of people, they would reduce it to just affiliates and partners and whatnot. It could be that, but I don't know. I would have to look into it. But I don't think I want to necessarily reduce my own resolution too far down. The one that I send out, As the original stream is already in 1440p. Downscale to 1080p. If we then downscale to 720p instead, that's half the resolution. So especially text and such will not be as crispy. It's like when you go to McDonald's and you get a bunch of fries and you put them, like leave them in the bag. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna eat them tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you bite into it and it's just soggy. Yo, Calamite. Nice to meet ya. Okay, what is that RNG? Fuck. Let's check. I know one had the same problem, and for her it was OBS thing, recording the monitor or something. I mean, if you remember to tell it to me again after the run, I will quickly like Google it. Let's sit down here. You know, now I'm glad that I went and leveled up. I'm also not an expert. I just try to wing it. Oh, speaking of, my mom called me today. You know, with video call, as always. She's like, Yaku, I want to listen to music, but my new laptop, there's no sound. I hate doing tech support over the phone, by the way. So after like half an hour or 40 minutes, I just told her, just restart the PC. We tried everything. Just restart the PC, and it worked. It actually worked. Yo, Brian, the sound came out over the laptop speakers. I was like, oh, fantastic. But she wanted to use her speakers with the aux cable, of course. So I have to tell you, that was actually really funny. You know, of course, Windows 11, shit just breaks randomly, right? I hate Windows 11 so much. So here's the funny thing. Gollum? I'm not Gollum. Yo, Justblock, by the way, welcome. So she plugged in her speakers, and for whatever reason, for whatever ungodly reason, the radio she was listening to started to play at like 3 times speed, or 2 times speed, turning it essentially into a nightcore radio. I was about to make that joke to her as well. So she's like, that sounds weird. Like, oh, that sounds like nightcore. But I don't think she would have gotten that one. It was the funniest shit. And I was like, you know, just, you know, pull it out and plug it back in, maybe. And that actually worked, then it was normal. But like, what a weird bug, right? You restart the PC. After it doesn't output any sound. What the fuck? And then the normal PC speakers work, but the aux port just speeds up the audio at ×2 speed. Like, what the fuck? I really don't, like, Microsoft was so proud about announcing that like 40% of their code or something is AI written these days of the operating system. I can tell you it shows. Like in all my years using Windows 7, and Windows 10, I never had a bug like that. But all of a sudden, with AI written in Windows 11, stuff like this happens all the time. Like my work PC, as an example. For whatever reason, I cannot mute the laptop speakers. And I cannot change the system volume. So every time I get like a system notification, it would just blare it out at max volume. Welcome, Brian, by the way. Have I beaten Manus yet? No. He's next. I can highly recommend checking out the main stream, the horizontal one, if you want to see which bosses I've beaten and which ones I haven't. It's worth it, trust me. I have all the Lost Souls, yes. The bosses I haven't beaten yet are Manus, Gwyn, Gaping Dragon, Capra Demon, Taurus Demon, and Asylum Demon. Nightcore I mean, if you watch my Nightcore stream I did, there's actually a website that's still very active. With people talking about Nightcore and whatnot, they're posting it. And they do have a Nightcore radio listed on there as well. Like an internet radio. But yeah, best feature of Windows 11. God, I hate Windows 11 so much. Like my work PC that I have here is on Windows 11. And when I leave that thing on for a week without restarting, you know, which happens when I take a vacation. When I open it up again, it is unusable. Everything takes like 10 to 30 seconds to kind of to happen. I click, 30 seconds later it actually clicks where I clicked before. You know, all like stuff like this. It's the worst. How many New Game Plus cycles is this? I just if you see the title, that's where it says. It is, what was it? New Game Plus 39. So the 40th playthrough on this character. That's too high. Oh, come on. I mean, it stopped scaling after the 6th one. So technically all the runs have been on New Game Plus 6 so far. Because I couldn't imagine this game with even more scaling. Like at this point the 4 Kings would have like 2 million HP or something. Seven playthroughs, but the actual playthrough where it stops at is +6. That a lot of people get that wrong because it's a bit confusing. Because people say, "Oh, it's the 7th cycle," which is New Game Plus 6. That's why people always confuse the two numbers. You know, 6, 7. It's either one of them, but it's actually 6. Yeah, good luck with that. That's like the fist-only version of New Kings, which takes like 3 hours. I wasn't too confident there in what he was doing. Yo, big guy. should have locked on. Locking on with Madness is a dumb idea. You know, prove me wrong. Can't. Yo, Quibbicle. How's it going? I saw the opportunity and had to take it. Is that a new one? How many 670 emojis do we have? At this point, it's an addiction. Harder than crack cocaine. Imagine PV Herman talking about that. This is 6-7. Oh! God fucking damn, that was close. Is the Bastard Sword actually good? It's fantastic. It's... I love it. I would kiss it every day. I would let it show Bobs and Vagana to me. That's how good it is. Which platform are you streaming on? I stream on YouTube, and on YouTube Vertical, or YouTube Shorts, and on Twitch, and on Kick, and on Rumble. And if I could, I would also stream on LinkedIn. So all the platforms, basically. All the ones that are, you know, matter, mostly. 2 to 3, I do need to resub for some. Okay, I see. Because you could power stance. The thing is, the problem for me and... Like, I talked about this before, just a little bit. If I would finish Dark Souls all the weapons, and I would do another one, I would probably do Bloodborne. Like, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 are just have too many weapons. And Dark Souls 2 especially is just too big. It's like, what, 48 bosses? I mean, each one would... This is like a good afternoon, right? 2-3 hours. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 hours, something like that. But Dark Souls 2 would be like a day. I make a big go for television. I mean, Discord, maybe. I know some people do that actually, right? Yes, at the end of every run, I spin the wheel and see what weapon comes next. Until I have all the weapons done. Flip ring for this section is not the best. There we go. Oh, no. The Bastard Sword is just what I pulled last time. It's like a gotcha game to me. Let's see which cool weapon we pull this time. And then force ourselves to play through it. Even if it's the Ghost Blade. Or the crossbow. Until I have all the weapons done. Ah, right, I already killed this guy. A Ghost Blade is my main weapon. Welcome, young Bevo. Turn on Dark Soups 3. I don't have Dark Soups 3 installed right now. You know, could we say that Dark Souls Remastered is technically Dark Souls 4, as it came out after Dark Souls 3? I don't have Lies of P, but I intend to stream it this year. That's on my list. Sometime after the Elden Ring DLC. At some point in time. When the stars align. Because I haven't bought it yet. You know, money doesn't grow on trees, so we can't buy all the games every time we want them to buy them. Oh, you know, just a silly 1k damage. I mean, if you have one, I'll take it. But you know, in a good currency, please. Oh, here's a money tree for you, Yaku. It's in Zimbabwe dollars. Well, thank you very much. You could just plant an apple tree and sell the apples. I tried doing that. And then Don Ringo and his men attacked me. They took one of his apple cores and put it on my penis. Put it into neat 8 slices, with the middle intact. It was not fun. Ringo means apple, by the way, in Japanese. One of the few words I know. Have it huff. I can guarantee it's reasonable shit. What? You know, the thing is, talking about making money. As a software developer, you get people coming to you usually. It's like, hey, Yaku, at like family gatherings and whatnot. It's like, hey, Yaku, you're a programmer, right? It's like, yeah, I'm a programmer. Dude, I have like this bajillion-dollar idea. You just need to develop it. And give me like 50% of the money if it takes off. It's like, okay. How much are you gonna pay up front to me so I can work on it? Well, nothing. You get the 50% of the bajillion dollars. So, what if it doesn't make a bajillion dollars? Shit. And half is in Hungarian for int. Okay, I see. A famous cowboy named Johnny Ringo. I mean, I know of Johnny Ringo, but in the reference to apples, makes more sense to go, you know, with something apple related. You know, let's not beat around the bush today. Let's just bean him. Oh, as an offer, it's probably even worse. Or probably about the same. People not understanding what it means. I got one guy coming to me at one point. He was like, "Hey Yaku, I've like this idea for a game. You like games, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like games." So, €10 is 3,900 forints. Yeah, not the best. Yeah, that's really not the best. And come to me, so basically, you know what would be really good? A game that would be like this, this, and this, and this. Basically like Call of Duty mixed with this and that. I was like, okay. A, that already exists. Yeah, like B. So and you also want like realistic graphics, of course. Like, oh, of course, yeah. You need good graphics. It's like, okay. And you also, you want it for all the platforms and etc, etc. Yeah, of course. told the guys, like, okay, will you pay like the 200 million it costs to develop that game? She's like, do you mean 200 million? I thought you could do it for free. It's like, yeah. Some people don't understand how much development costs. You can't write this stuff. Man, I recently saw like a video that's like this whole genre of books, which is just like torture porn. To be as gruesome as possible. It's basically like a Serbian film, but like in book form. Everybody trying to one-up each other. How's my favorite bastard doing in Yaku here too? Oh, the bastard is doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. Hi, Brian. I mean, just look at him go. Oops. You don't die now. Well. Would you look at that? If it ain't time for Gwyn. Two and a half hours almost, by the way. If I can beat him within 3 minutes. Actually, no, within 5 minutes. This is gonna be a new record on my end. I don't need this ring, I need the B ring. Do you have everything in the game, like all armor, all and weapons and rings? I have all the rings and all the weapons, which was a prerequisite. But I'm missing like 2 or 3 armor sets, I think. And like 2 or 3 spells as well. Yeah, that's the Asylum Demon. He comes last, as always. To test out our new weapon. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten one. Since I always, end with the Asylum Demon, I thought, let's... At least for this run, let's keep him active for now. To show off my cool new icons. This guy. Covenant reward. The dragon in Ash Lake. I would say. I do. Of course, I could get it like a bajillion amount of times, but the procedures are just not that worth it, in my opinion. You put the weapon testing the 2 on this way, at least just for that stream. Yeah, for this stream. What does the dragon give you? I can show it afterwards, if you don't mind sticking around for like a minute. Almost a cheeky 1700. I could show you the stats soon. I've one stat maxed out. And like reached the cap with most of them. The soft cap is reached on all stats. And the hard cap I'm still working on some of them. There we go. Bastard sword. Fucking hell. What a sword. Stats wise. Intelligence is maxed out. Faith is capped. Dexterity is capped. Strength is capped. Endurance is capped. Attunement is not yet capped, but really not that important. And vitality is capped. Of course, soft cap for the ones that still give you a little bit extra. But yeah, good sword. This was 2.5 hours on this run. My fastest run so far. So let's open the wheel. That's not the wheel. That's the wheel. There we go. And in total, I really don't know. Probably close to 100 times, I would say. Let's see what we get. We get, what is that? The dagger. Okay. The regular old dagger. Interesting. Also, here was Dark Hand, which I'm not going to do a Dark Hand run. Trust me. Trust and believe. Because the Dark Hand is a shield. You can convince me otherwise. Dragon, what does the dragon give you? Let's see, do I have it with me? I do. So the dragon gives you first the dragon headstone, and then it gives you the dragon torso stone, which I don't know why I can't use it. Oh, there we go. Which turns you into that. And with the headstone, you can spew some fire. And with the torso, you can do 487. 585. Get like a 5-second buff. Which is, it is quite cool to use dragon form. Like if you want to like really push damage output of a single hit, that's how you do it. Okay, access bottomless box. Dagger, there it is. No bleed on this one. Let's see. I'm not too confident when it comes to the 4 kings on that one. 40 damage. And that is with Power Fin. Yeah, I think next run is gonna be a long one. Do I deal the same amount of damage if I don't? Okay, no. I need to two-hand it. Yeah, we really did. There were too many good runs. I mean, Atori's Sword, Bastard Sword, the Quelaag Fury Sword, the Chaos Blade. Like, what a lineup. What a lineup. Come on. There we go. And that concludes all the bosses. Ah, what a run. Yeah, the next one is not gonna be one of these short ones. Not at all. Of course, I think the daggers deal extra parry damage. My favorite weapon, I mean, there are a few. The Zweihänder, the Moonlight Greatsword, the Straight Sword Hilt, actually. Anything else? Oh, the Lucerne. It's pretty fun. And the Moonlight Butterfly Horn. These are like my top picks, so roughly speaking. It's visually a stunning weapon. Then you get to Firelink Shrine. So as always, you know, until the next run, I will, of course, gather the embers and upgrade the weapon already. To just get that boring part out of the way. But other than that, especially for the next run, this is going to be important because it's going to be a long one. Easily 4, if not 5 hours.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated.
Let me
One day
do this.
the undead shall be chosen.
Showing the full lineup. But yeah, I mean, let me go and upgrade to +5 at the very least and see how strength changes there. But other than that, if you don't want to miss any future streams, or the next Dark Souls streams to be precise, then don't forget to subscribe or follow, depending on the platform. The next stream is gonna be on Tuesday with more Citadel, potentially finishing it. What I will play afterwards, I'm not yet 100% sure. I might do, you know, here and there, maybe just out of for fun, do an AI limit run in the new roguelike mode. And other than that, you know, I will see what comes next. Sadly, the DLC for Elden Ring didn't really go on sale. Otherwise, I would have bought that and immediately jumped in. But I think I will at least play one more game in between before I start that, because I can see that one taking quite a while. So let's see, Dagger. B in dex scaling. Oh, by God. That's a massive increase in AR. So it's 75. Oops, why did I go +1? It's about double. Bit over double. Okay, with that I want to say, thanks for watching today. Once again, as I said, follow and subscribe. And I will see you next time. On Tuesday or on Saturday, depending on what kind of streams you like. And that I can only finish with thanks for watching, goodbye, have a nice weekend, and ciao.